My dear brothers and sisters, happy Easter to you once again. We are in the second Sunday of the Easter season and we have been celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We are full of joy because Christ has risen indeed. But this week we have a doubting Thomas, and we are very familiar with this story where one of the apostles is called the doubting Thomas because he says, unless I touch his wounds, unless I experience him personally, I will not believe. And then afterwards again Jesus comes and confronts him. And then Thomas says, my Lord and my God. Was really Saint Thomas a doubting Thomas? Or was he not like other people? They were all believing people and he wasn't a believing person. Absolutely not. Thomas perhaps was believing in Jesus more than all others. The only difference was this, that Thomas wanted to experience personally not only the Lord whom he had seen, whom he had experienced on this earth, but someone was now different. He was Lord and God. The transition from one to the other was difficult for everyone. We know this because the other apostles, when they were confronted by woman, that is Mary Magdalene, they wouldn't believe. They said, well, this lady is telling a story. The same thing happens to even Mary Magdalene. She doesn't know whether Jesus is risen because the risen Lord is different. His body is now different. It is a glorified body. Therefore, they are not able to recognize Jesus until Jesus himself calls her, saying, Mary. Similarly, all other appearances of Jesus after his resurrection. My dear friends, later on, not only Thomas believes in him, but says, my Lord and my God. In other words, he expresses not just that Jesus is the Lord. In other words, on this earth, he is Master and Guru. But now he is God himself, the second person of the Holy Trinity. That is a great transition. In other words, he is now fearless. He knows for sure that Jesus is not only risen, he is alive now in a different way. How do we know this? We know very well by the history that is given to us. He came all over and started preaching about Jesus, and he came to India. He spread the gospel and finally died over there, showing fully well that what he said, my Lord and my God, was not just a fiction, but the reality. प्यारे भाई और बहनों, मैं आपको एक कहानी बताना चाहता हूं। एक ऐसा प्रिंस था जो एक राजपूत था। ये कहानी राजस्थान की है और वह जो है हमेशा अपनी वीरता के लिए माना जाता था, जाना जाता था। लेकिन एक बार जब उसकी शादी होती है, तब जाहिर है कि वह अपने पत्नी के साथ, जिससे दुल्हन के साथ वह कुछ समय बिताना चाहता था। लेकिन हुआ ऐसा कि उसे युद्ध में बुलाया गया और वो वहां गया। वहां पर उसका मन नहीं लग रहा था और वो कह रहा था, मुझे एक चिन्ह चाहिए। और उसके दुल्हन ने एक चिन्ह भेजा, लेकिन वह खुश नहीं था। फिर वह पूछने लगा, मुझे एक और चिन्ह चाहिए। फिर भी उसका मन युद्ध में नहीं लग रहा था। वह वीरता से कायर बन रहा था और अंत में वह जो राजपूतनी है, वो जान जाती है कि मेरे प्रेम के कारण वह अपनी वीरता भूल रहा है और इसीलिए वो एक सेवक को कहती है, मेरा सिर काट दो और उसके पास लेके जाओ, मेरे पति के पास। और उसको सेवक को ये करना ही पड़ता है। सिर काट कर वो ले जाती है और तब उसको समझ में आता है कि राजपूत का मतलब क्या है, राजपूतनी का मतलब क्या है, वीरता का मतलब क्या है। और इसीलिए वहां पर लड़ कर वह मर मिट जाता है। My dear brothers and sisters, this is exactly what it means to be a martyr for Jesus Christ. They not only believed in Jesus, but not only trusted in him, but they were fully experiencing the risen Lord. And that is the reason thousands and thousands of people died as martyrs for Jesus Christ and for his cause and for his gospel. You and I are also called to do that. Not merely in saying few prayers, not merely in believing that he is risen, but believing with all our heart and mind and calling out like Saint Thomas, my Lord and my God. Then only we can say that Jesus is living in us. As Saint Paul said, it is not I who live, but Christ who lives in me. For I have been co-crucified with Christ. फिर भाई और बहनों, यही हमारा फेथ है, भरोसा है, विश्वास है. इसे हम तब समझ में आता है, हमें तब समझ में आता है जब हम भी सेंट पॉल के समान कह सकते हैं कि अब मैं नहीं बल्कि प्रभु मुझ में जीवित है. आइए हम यह समय जो कि ईस्टर का समय है, न केवल हम प्रार्थना में बिताएं बल्कि पूरे भरोसे के साथ जिए कि प्रभु सचमुच जीवित है, हमेशा जीवित रहेगा मुझ में आज, कल और हमेशा के लिए. थैंक यू एंड गॉड ब्लेस यू.